My Cameroonian people, how are you doing? How are you doing? This coming Sunday is Cameroonian election, as in just like that. Another 5 years has rolled by. Honestly, guys, I can't imagine how a lot of Cameroonians are feeling right now. There must be this feeling of frustration and helplessness. Because once again, Biya is ready to hijack this coming election. In fact, a lot of Cameroonians say that there's no election in Cameroon because, like, after 43 years, what are we doing? We're hoping that this year would be different, but guys, so I can't even imagine how some of them are feeling right now because for so long they've been wanting a change and nothing has happened. That's why I'm asking, if you're a Cameroonian and you're watching this, do you need a drink? Because I'm wondering how you're feeling. Me, I don't drink alcohol, so I'm talking about like holy water because some of you are already thinking of something else. Anyways, guys, first of all, you won't believe Biya finally showed face. So, as in, this man has not addressed the country in the last 2 years. He only addressed the country once, which was in May when they did their Unity Day. The man did not even do any campaign at all until this last Tuesday was the first time that he showed face. All this while, the president did not campaign, not even once. An election is holding this Sunday. His supporters that have been organizing rallies on his behalf, since they could not be bothered to show up at their own rallies. So they now made statues of him and his wife. So the statue is the one that now shows up at the rallies for people to see. Omo, this one is not just bad. This is terrible. This is another level of photosynthesis inside the peripheral level of nibi nap. Hey, fire! Cameroonians, in fact, a lot of people have been saying that he may not even be in the country for the election and still win. That's how bad it is. So it's even a shock that this Tuesday, the man went out to campaign for the first time. I'm like, wow, Cameroonians, this man does not regard you at all. In the 43 years that he's been in power, road he did not fix, hospital he did not build, security, he doesn't even care about security, especially in the English speaking part of the country. They've been killing them anyhow now for years. Even if it takes 10 years to work on one thing, just one thing, by now Cameroon should be transformed. So nothing. Instead, he's still doing stomach infrastructure for election. This video you're about to see is the Fanta that they are giving out for this election. Hey God. Doesn't that break your heart though? That after more than 4 decades of one man in power, he still kept his own people in so much poverty that they still have to queue for Fanta. You take Fanta to decide who to vote for. That's terrible. That's bad. I mean, if you didn't get it right for 43 years, I don't think they need a prophet to tell them that he will never get it right. He will never be the president that they've been hoping for. But you know what breaks my heart right now? Because I don't know if I should be happy or sad for Cameroonians, but right now the most popular opposition candidate, because they have other candidates, but the most popular one is a 76-year-old man. 76. And I know that we have an old president in Nigeria as well, which is part of our problem. We have old presidents in America. It's like everywhere that we have problem. We have old president. For a country that has been under a dictator for the last 43 years, I personally was hoping for a younger and more vibrant leader for Cameroon. I don't know much about him, so I'm not trying to badmouth him. I'm not trying to say that he won't do well if he wins. But first of all, he was also part of Biya's government. I mean, the man has been part of Biya's government since 1982. He was Minister of Transport, Minister of Communication, Minister of Employment and Vocational Training. Along the line, though, he formed his own party while he's still, serving Biya. he formed a new party called Front for the National Salvation, and then later he resigned and declared his own candidacy. So I'm not saying that he won't do well, but it's like, I just wish for like fresh hair for my Cameroonian people. A lot of Cameroonians right now, they are saying that at least let's have a change of power. Let's power change hands. We don't care whether it's disease. They just want power to change hands. So Biko, that is what a lot of Cameroonians are saying right now. They're like, I don't care who he is. At the same time though, you have other people who are worried that starting in his first tenure, if this man should win, he will pass 80. He's already 76. People are calculating that even before the end of the first tenure, he will pass 80. Now let me just say this to people that are not from Cameroon, because I can already imagine some of you will be like, what are Cameroonians doing? Why can't they organize themselves? It's actually not easy. What I've learned is, if you are not in people's shoes, you can't even understand the temperature of the climate of their ecosystem. Yes, that's deep. Because guys, I've realized the longer a dictator is allowed to be in power, the harder it is to remove them. Look at what is happening in Togo too. The father did it, and just like that, the son is also doing it. For Biya, 43 years. See, when you've been under one dictator for 40 plus years, I think it does something to your mind. Especially when people have been fighting for so long. People have protested for decades. Each time they're like, this is it, and then it's not it. And then the election comes around, they're like, oh, this is it, and then it's not it. They're not able to change power. At some point, people feel like, what's the point of all these protests? It can be very, very discouraging. So this is to encourage my Cameroonian people. Don't give up. You cannot. Your fathers were not able to kick out Paul Biya, and you have not been able to kick out Paul Biya. Now your children are also experiencing Paul Biya. 3 generations are witnessing one president. The devil is like you cannot relax. You cannot give up. You cannot say, this is how it is for us in Cameroon. This is how it has to be. No. Cameroonians are fighters. I'm not saying that you should overthrow government. I'm just saying you cannot give up. The rest of us, we are reading for you. We know it's not easy. Hopefully, there will be a change after this election. We are hoping that by Sunday that something positive will happen. And we are all seriously looking forward to when Cameroonians will finally rise up and fight for their rights. Woo! For that, amen, somebody. So let's see what will happen this Sunday. Speaking of which, those of you in America that are watching this is the card that Lenfi is giving out this month. This same card that you are seeing is the one that they bought, that they want to give out. Only me. I've been begging Lenfi to allow me to enter the raffle because I need a new ride here. For the rest of you, if you are living in America and you don't enter this raffle, I will personally fight you, because maybe you are the one whose name has been written on this car, and God will say that give it to Adeola, lend it to Adeola. You understand? Then if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for me. It is very easy for you to enter yourself in this raffle. If you have never downloaded Lenfi, download it today. Use the promo code Adeola. Send at least $5 to somebody in Africa or to your own personal bank account in Africa. And for those of you that are already using Lenfi, send at least $100. That is how you enter yourself. Or you tell somebody about Lenfi, tell them to use your promo code. That is how you enter yourself. Just enter the raffle and go and sleep. Or send multiple times to enter yourself multiple times. And then go and sleep. And then when they call your name, I will send you my address. You can ship the card to me as a tithe for telling me about the opportunity. More importantly, guys, Agile Leadership Academy is starting another set of training next week, Thursday, the 16th of October. So if you know any graduates in Africa who is hoping to get a remote job in a Western country, this is an intensive training, not just on how to package yourself in order for you to apply for jobs and be employed, but more importantly, this training is about how to perform, how to execute, and how to deliver at the standard of those countries if you are employed. This is remote jobs, so they are not moving out of Africa. Also, they are not giving people jobs, so they are training them on how to apply, how to execute, and so on and so forth. And this is the last class for this year. So if you know anybody interested, instead of the usual 6 weeks, it's now 10 weeks. 6 weeks of intensive training followed by a 4-week practicum that will combine strategy, mentorship, and real-world application. And the 10-week program is $899, but they also have a less expensive one. That one is the option of purchasing the 6-week training without live sessions. It's pre-recorded so that you can go through it at your own pace. That one is $399, but with the promo code Adeola 2025, you will get 15% discount off of whichever plan you decide to go with. So guys, take a minute to pray for my Cameroonian people this Sunday, because those of them that are not home, that cannot vote, that are outside the country, they will be glued to their screen this Sunday, although many of them are like, nah, forget it, but Biya will win again. But we are hoping that that will not be the case. So say a prayer for Cameroonian this weekend and follow us as we give you updates on whatever happens. Hit that subscribe button if you're yet to. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, I must see you later. Peace out.